What's going on, guys? My name is Lok Manu, and we are back with yet another episode of the Red Card Conversations. And today it's going to be a special one because it's not just about the community, it's not even about the career path, it's about an escape as well that all of us want when it comes to gaming, or when it comes to a community, or when it comes to friends that you can connect with online and actually take your career to the next level. And for that, I have two very special guests today, Harsh from Harsh Gaming and Joydeep, the man behind ZTM FUT, which is India's leading trading Discord and, of course, a massive community of EAFC. So glad to have you guys on the channel today.
Hello, Lokmanu, and thank you so much for having me at this red card conversations. It's an honor to be here, definitely. And hello, Joy, bro. Welcome.
Hello,
Thank you so
Lukmanu.
much.
Hello. Yeah. Hello, Harsh. So thank you
Yeah.
for having me once again also. And we have been waiting for this for last few days. So finally we are here for this conversation and let's make it big.
Absolutely. No, I mean, it's so good to have you both. And as I said earlier, this is more than just a game, right? I mean, it's a lot of things that we are building together. My background, of course, a lot of people that follow Fanball know about it already. I don't need to introduce myself again. But what we have built in the past, where the Indian EFC community was practically non existent and nobody was streaming that much until I think 3, 4 years ago, nobody did ever cared. Like, I think only after COVID, it all started where all of us, started to like work towards building a community in India, which hasn't been the case in India. Like, very less people are doing it. But that's what we're here for today, to talk about how big what we've built is becoming pretty big in terms of, be it fanball meet, in terms of being content creation from an aspiring creator like Harsh, and of course from Joy, who's basically the pillar of this community, getting people to sort of, be a part of the EFC community in a more engaging way, making more friends along the way, which is really very important. So I think I'll just straight up jump to this. And Harsh, today
Yes.
I've caught you at the right time because
Absolutely.
content creation is something that a lot of people are getting into, which is, of course, a major motivational factor that me and my co-founder Akshita Shukla had to sort of put it all together, calling it Fanball Meet. You are a creator who flew in from a different country to be a part of Fanball Meet, and that, of course, is an honor for us. We'll touch upon that topic later, because not just Harsh, we have had the wonderful opportunity to have Joy by as well on, like, at the venue in Mumbai for Fanball Meet, and it was an incredible experience to have you guys. But as I said, we'll touch upon that topic later, but I will start with Harsh. Now, Harsh, you told me initially that you started playing FIFA in FIFA 10, I think 10 years ago, you said. And
Yes,
uh,
FIFA 10.
FIFA 10 you started, so it's been what, like 16 years since you've been playing this game. That's a long time, considering how young we are, and we're not as young as Joy, but we're still pretty young. So what got you hooked, Harsh, to actually playing this game?
So FIFA 10 was the first time when I started. I got introduced to the game, and that was FIFA. I mean, the World Cup was the year I got introduced to the actual sport of football, especially in the game side of the point. It was mostly the skills part where I could really perform those rainbow flicks and all the other 5-star skill moves that we had back in those days, which was actually mesmerizing and even overwhelming at a very young age. I think I was 8 or 9. I was 9 years old and playing, having such kind of animations and watching it happen in real time. It was just fascinating, and it just blew my mind at all. So that is what is the main factor got me hooked to the game. And on top of that, it is the club that I'm supporting, and everything just fell into the right place at the right time. It got me hooked to the sport and the game.
That's fantastic, because when the reason why you get hooked to, say, a game like FIFA or any virtual football game or any other game that you play, that comes from your passion for the love of football, and the way that you sort of transition that into the virtual pitch, wanting to do the things that you've been seeing your real life idols do it on the real pitch. You want to recreate that magic, and that's the reason why we all love this game, no matter how many ups and downs that have come and keeps coming in the different game cycles we see over the years, but we're still in love with the game, which is fantastic. So that brings me to the next question, Harsh. Like, at what point did you feel that this is something more, and this is not just you playing the game for fun?
So I would say it was a time, I think it was during my early teens, and when I started really watching Barcelona, my favorite club till date. I started watching Messi, Barcelona, the prime Iniesta feel, which really got me passionate to the game and to the sport. I mean, since then I've never been off. Pure tiki taka gameplay in real life and in game is just kept me hooked till date, and probably even represent the next generation. Next future of mine upcoming. So that, yeah, that is what is, I can say, just it is.
Right. And you mentioned about like you being a content creator now, and you've had the wonderful opportunity to be a part of ZTM's content creation team, which of course we'll touch upon the topic when we speak to Joy. But what was that motivating factor for you to actually come on camera like this, how we're sitting, and to be able to play the game? Is that something that you think you want to make a career in, or is that something that you're really passionate about, want to make friends over camera and stream and have fun?
So, career wise, if it happens, it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's a really fantastic career to have. And in terms of having friends and, having a social brand, definitely people should make content and put it on social media. The brand awareness, your personal brand awareness definitely is going to grow a lot. Like 10x, 100x. And for me, in terms, it was just to make friends, build community, make online friends from different part of the world, and definitely me being as a very introvert in real life. I'm not that on camera. I'm a very different person out of camera. So just to compensate and have, a fun time, that's what got me into gaming, streaming, coming first time on camera. So yeah.
No, that's amazing. And I think this is probably something that brings me to what I said at the start again, that you told me that this is an escape for you in terms of, work or any life stresses. Because like, for example, football for a lot of us, Joy has played a lot in the past. I have played. You must have played football a lot with your friends. We've all played at a certain level or so. It's always been our escape. So you said that FIFA was your escape. Like, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So for me, this escape is out of the real world. When I was as a kid, as a child, or in the early teens, let's take about my introvert guy. I was very shy, and I used to barely talk to people. So I just took this step. It was during my time in university. I took the step saying that let's get onto streaming, because I used to play a lot of mobile games and FIFA a lot. So that took step, I think, just changed my path and pivoted to a different spectrum of life. And I think I'm really, really grateful to be sitting right here in front of some of my idols that I'm talking today. A great honor, obviously. And I think if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been here probably. So guys, if you are taking this step, please take it. And I think just make content, man. That's what I would like to say.
No, that's fantastic. That's great advice as well for anyone who's watching, because if you are that person who's an introvert in real life, and you come on camera and you actually bring out that extroverted side of you where you're actually telling people and talking to them, making friends, and then eventually all coming together offline, like how we met at FanBall Meet, it's a different occasion altogether. It's a different equation rather altogether. So that's obviously something that's very important to all of us in terms of, growing our own brand, but also growing your own personality and to be able to network with people. So it's obviously our pleasure to have you on this Red Card Conversations episode. And I think it's going to be fantastic talking to you more as we shift our focus to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Joydeep Banerjee. Joy Bhai, you've always been like an elder brother to me in the scene. You have done a lot for this community. You started off at a time where all of this was looking practically impossible. And you have been an MBA, you've been in the stock market, you have the knowledge and the number crunching that you need to actually transition that into the FIFA Ultimate Team, now called FC Ultimate Team. And you have been able to successfully create a Discord of more than 1,000 members in India, and which of course includes a lot of people from different countries as well. I mean, the journey must have been insanely difficult for you to quit that job and to focus full time. Like, how does someone honestly transition from being a stock market guy to working in corporate after doing their MBA, starting a family, and then taking up the FUT full time? Because if I tell this to anyone right now outside of India, they'll say, yeah, that's fine, that's great, like you're doing something because there's scope here. But in India, how did you even manage to like convince your own family, and how did you take this forward? Because I've always been very curious to ask about this.
Yeah. So before I start, first of all, thank you for the initiative. It's a great initiative regarding the red carpet conversation. So having different kind of personalities over here, so really good initiative. I would appreciate that first of all. And now regarding my journey, so it all started in around 1996 or something. From the childhood itself, I have been passionate to cricket, football, anything related to gaming. So I have been very much into these games. At a point of time around 1996, my father brought a computer, and then the journey started itself. So I started playing that FIFA during that period of time. It was like, the small players. There are sounds when you score the goals or something. something. Then you play Super Mario, Contra, all these games. So have been addicted to all different kind of games since then. And then started playing this FIFA game more regularly on PC. And then I transitioned to PS in around 2013-14. So I have those CDs even with me. So this has been a long journey. Initially, it has been just a passion for me, along with my job profile and all. And during my MBA days and all, when I was outside home, even there was a small break in the game. But after that, when I came back to home and all, got opportunity to play, this thought started blooming. Though regarding the ZTM Food Discord, the thought came when I joined a Discord, international Discord, which is named as something. Obviously, I would not like to name here, but that was the thing when I thought that we can do even better trading. We have much more knowledge, and there I met with one person named Toor, Jugar Singh Toor. So there we thought about preparing a Discord in India, which can contribute to the FC community in India, especially, and give advices for free of cost, and so that people make coins throughout and we can build a community. There was no such thought of making it big in at the initial period. It was just for the support to the community, to make the community help like community bigger and all. It was all about passion. Later on, people, whoever has been supporting during that period, including you and everyone, started saying that we should make it a premium one, because the kind of efforts, the kind of quality advices we have been providing, it is totally different from any other free Discord. So we thought about it and we started it, making bigger and bigger. Obviously, in the initial period, I was doing job, and as well as this passion I was looking into side by side. Also, as I have said, that I have been a professional cricketer as well. So managing everything was pretty difficult for me. You can understand, managing the family during the weekend, playing cricket, and then managing the Discord, and even at top management, you can understand what kind of efforts you need to put into the private organization. So
Right.
I have been into organized like private organization for 16, 17 years almost. So I had to work like 15, 16 hours in a day during the COVID period itself. You can understand, from home itself, 16 hours of work. And after that, putting efforts for the Discord, for the advices. So the time management was very much crucial for me.
Mm.
So that's how everything started. And later on, when I thought about making it full time, it was a big challenge for me, because to convince my family, first of all,
Yeah.
like my parents, my wife, and everyone, to support that cause, to go for the passion rather than traditional work and everything, that was a big challenge. So finally, all support were there from parents and family, like obviously my wife, everyone supported. And so I started this journey with more passion in around 2023 or something. So this has been a long journey. During this period, support from everyone has been there, from the FC community members, the YouTubers like VS India FC, FC Breakdown, you, Lokmanu, as you had been a streamer for a long time, long period of time, right? So the support you have given, that has been immense as well. And the other members, even the other pro players, including Charanjo, Charanj, Fadal, everyone has been supportive. So this has been nothing. This would have been nothing in case this kind of support had been not there. So everything, all the credit goes to the community itself for supporting ZTM to this level.
That's fantastic because I think, as you've explained it so nicely, that you were a former professional cricketer, to let go of that life and to not chase a career there, because obviously becoming a cricketer in India is not easy at all. It's probably it's equally difficult as being a doctor, to be very honest. I think that's how passionate people are about cricket and wanting to pursue that professionally. And when you said like it's all because of the community, that's the reason why we're here, to support each other. I think it's very important for all of us to, lead the way for the younger generation. For example, Harsh, he's just started his content creation journey. Joy, you've given him the platform to be able to actually do that after all the hard work you've put in there, be it other streamers, be it myself, anyone who's basically been a part of growing this community are sort of carving a path for a person like Harsh, which is fantastic. And that actually brings me to a question for Harsh, right? Now that you've heard Joy Bhai talk about all the struggles and starting something from scratch, like, do you see yourself going down that road as well, be it like in content creation or making your own Discord, making your own community?
That's a good question. Honestly, for me, doing something like this is definitely down the plan. Not in the immediate future, definitely, but soon, like in the later parts of the year in my life, down the line, it is definitely there. I plan to make a community, have everybody, and try to promote the sport and the game in India, because people in India, we are in terms of population, we are leading in number one position right now, as Volt has statistics, but
Yeah.
the knowledge of the sport and the game is barely 1 to 4%, 1 to 2%, and that is there's a huge gap. And I see FanBall, I see ZTM as my even and myself connecting together, building that community, spreading that awareness is what I would really like to do. That's why I still say at this date, I mean, as even Joy by as an elder brother, he helps me day in, day out, take this advice. I mean, he gives me advice for this type of content, do this, do that. And definitely I'm training myself each and every day to get that thing done. And yes, definitely that is what is my plan. And a great platform to start, Lokmanu and the co-founder Akshata Shukla for FanBall. I mean, appreciate it all. I mean, really hats off to.
No, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Both of us are very grateful for you and for Joy to even actually be at the event physically, which, as I said, I would love to discuss about that as we go forward. But let's just like now zoom out a bit. Now that Harsh, you've said that it's been a fantastic platform for you, you've learned so much from Joy, right? I would like to ask Joy this question that, like, and in fact, like a follow up from Harsh right after that. But how do you guys see the EAFC community right now? Because see, everything is good, being motivational about it, supporting each other, being there for each other, helping each other grow in terms of on socials and everything. But for a creator, for a player, for someone who loves FC right now, we have to consider all factors in. So I would like to ask Joy to tell me the good and the bad very briefly about what do you think that's great about the Indian EFC community right now, and what's something that we all of us need to work on. And I think I'll be asking sort of on the similar lines to Harsh as well.
Yes. Before I go into that question, so first of all, regarding Harsh, I would say that the kind of passion I have seen in him for the content creation and for this game has been enormous. So that's why I had a like wish to make him a content creator for ZTM itself, and he had responded well for that itself, and we are proceeding with that itself. So regarding content creation, obviously the support from Indian FC community is there, full support from community is there, but there can be huge changes. There can be, like as Harsh stated, that in India, the number of people, the number of population is much higher than any other country, almost. So the number of people watching the content creation, the supporting this content creation can be much bigger. But there are lot of changes needed in terms of EA. So for example, people here are interested into mobile games more, the free games more, rather than the paid game, like premium games. They are not many have the opportunity to spend that much for the game, for the PlayStation, for the Xbox or PC. The game itself, then store packs and everything included, there are a lot of amounts related to it. So if once EA takes that step to make the game free, at least make the game free, be it store pack, everything is fine, the seasonal pass, premium season pass and all, just make this game free. The number of people will enter in this game will be much more.
Absolutely.
I think it will be at least 5 times more than the current. And there is a big scope of having more people into this community from the Indian AFC perspective, because in UK, in US, number of people, even though number of people are much lower, the percentage playing this game is higher. So this percentage, if we have in India, the numbers could have been much bigger. So just making this game free and improving this gameplay can make huge changes in Indian community. Also, the existing community members, whoever is there, has to support all the content creators much more. That is what I see that we can have for the growth of this community. That is very much needed.
No, that's fantastic. No, I think you're right. I think in terms of EA trying, EA should not maybe just make the game free, but they should at least do something about it. Even if they make it free, nothing like it, but that's their business model and they have to do something to make it worth everyone's while. Right, as you mentioned, that this is really missing. And even in India, the percentage of players playing is, I mean, the number is high, but we don't know where these people are because they're only playing casual. There's nothing interesting for them compared to how it is in Europe. So of course, we need to work on that structure a lot more than we have been doing at this point in time, to be very honest with you. But no, you're 100% right, like as to why EA should be doing so much so that the Indian community engages, like how they do for a title like BGMI, how they do it for a title like CS, how they do it for like something like a Free Fire, right? Even eFootball for that matter, if you just keep it like that. So that brings me to a question from Harsh, like from a player and a creator's POV, like what sort of content do you think will actually work in India? Because we see a lot of meme content that's going on about FC. I have personally interacted with a lot. Being a former esports athlete for the national team, being a coach, all of that, like I would rather, unless of course I'm not learning something from that reel, I would rather want to watch something fun. So do you really think that is the sort of content that goes well, or do you think otherwise? Like, what sort of content do you think should work in India?
As you mentioned and Joyboy mentioned that free thing is the best thing for India, and yes, I mean definitely because the population and a lot of wage and everything matters a lot. Everybody isn't capable of buying high end or even medium spec devices, and you said in terms of creator and terms of player point of view POV, it's a huge thing. I mean, even for a creator to be able to play AFC is massively difficult. In for coming from a middle class family staying in India, I think
Yeah.
everybody it is difficult. I mean, buying a PS2, PS3, PS4, even a PS5 in those days, or even currently, it is very difficult. And terms of streaming, that's another headache because from a mobile phone, that's like the 6 by 19, 9 by 16 device. It has so much functionality. It
Yeah.
becomes so easy and becomes so much fun to play with friends. So something like that EAFC has to do. EA has to do make it fun, engaging. And you mentioned about the reels and the memes and yes, I mean in terms of content, fun thing is missing from us as a community. As terms of EA, that fun element. If you go back in FIFA 16, 17, 13, from till 13 to 19 or 10 to 19, we had that fun element. It was just that spark of playing that game. Not
Yeah.
not only casual, not only a career mode, not only ultimate team came way along after 2000 FIFA 13 or something, but still those couple of years it was just fun to play with friends. That spark was there, a
Yeah.
different energy. Because now they make it too realistic, I feel sometimes the game element is missing something behind, which they need to reignite and get it back and do something with that. But still, yes, the fun element is kind of lacking right now in terms of creator too also.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think that should be there. The fun element, as you rightly mentioned, like how it's important to sort of add that into the community. And that brings me to a conversation that I wanted you guys to actually agree with each other or disagree with each other. And this is like a hot take, according to me. Do you think Indian creators should focus more on what the global audience is building, or is it like the Indian community building? Like if it was Joy as a Discord founder and Harsh, you're there as a creator, I want you guys to either debate on this, not for too long, but maybe for a couple of minutes, where you say that I want to focus and tap into the audience of people who are from the global perspective, not the Indian audience. So, do you really think you should be focusing on the Indian audience and doing something about it? And same goes for you, Joy. Like, do you think that the potential for clients from abroad is like better compared to Indians? And if it is, then why is it that Indians are sort of lacking behind? So I think I'll start with Harsh over here, from the creators' POV, of course. Like, do you
Right.
really want to focus on building the Indian community, or basically look at the global audience, or maybe both?
I would say both in terms of because the first thing I would say the only reason I would say both is because first, yeah, maybe you could start from the Indian audience and then slowly build up to the global. I would do the same thing if you're starting from scratch. So it makes sense to go global slowly in terms of steps. But
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So I mean, it's just brand awareness. People getting to you getting to know people. You getting to know how they think in terms of creating content and making different type of videos on that specific same content piece of content,
Mm.
which I think is actually really nice. But sometimes, as in terms of India
Yeah.
specifically, I feel sometimes it just gets stuck to only pack opening or
Mm.
just gameplay, which even I feel, even I also do that, which I sometimes even try to not do that. So yes, so that as we mentioned about, as I also mentioned about the fun element, as people can play together, that togetherness is missing in
Right.
BGMI, CS, and other Free Fire games. There is a togetherness, like four people can play together, chit chat, talk. I
Yeah.
mean, have banter, play the game. So that fun, the banter thing is missing because when you play solo games like single player games like EAFC Ultimate Team, it's
Yeah.
just a single player game which gets definitely boring after 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours. So which is definitely, I would say, get it big, get it global eventually. And
No,
yeah.
that's a fair point. No, I appreciate that answer. I mean, I think you've given us a great perspective on how it should be more engaging for people who are not just from India but from the global audience as well. Like if you're just playing for 2 3 hours, people might just get bored. But if you're doing something really fun, like how all these streamers do, I think that's fantastic. But Joy, would you agree to this or would you disagree to this? What's your hot take on this?
So from my experience itself, I would say that absolutely agreed with Harsh's point. So we should concentrate like someone who is new to this community, who is looking to do content creation or being a streamer,
Yeah.
should be concentrating on Indian audience first, and then should look forward to go global. Even in terms of Discord and everything, thing we started with internally, like in the Indian arena itself, the knowledge, the transfer, the awareness, we thought about
Yeah.
progressing that in Indian public first, and then slowly we are going into the global arena. The thing, the difference between like Indian population and the gamers and outsiders is the knowledge of the game,
Right.
passion for the football. So I think more people plays football outside India, like in UK, Europe, US, and all these areas, and
Yeah.
they bring that kind of passion into the game more.
Mhm.
That thing has to develop much more in India, I think. And then the game, obviously, this fun element has to be there much more. For example, if we can include, like if EA can include real life experience, like GTA kind of vibe or something, like real world experience. You are going somewhere, then playing a game and something and having fun. So fun element is very much needed in the game.
I'll
Currently,
just stop you for a second because what you mentioned, I think EA is doing that. There's an open world reel that
yes,
I
yes.
saw. I don't know if that's actually happening, right? Joy, are you aware of this as well? I just wanted to like remind you of what you're saying could actually happen in real life.
Yes, so probably next year we'll see, but this is not yet confirmed. In FC 27, we should see that open world or real life kind of environment, which might make this game much more better. But
Mm,
every year we have been hearing lot of changes at the start. We get
mm,
excited about the game in FC
mhm.
Beat, FC 25, FC 24, FC 25, FC 26. Every year we hear that lot of changes are coming. We become excited, and afterwards, after some period, like 2 months or 3 months down the line,
Yeah,
same kind of environment. People get
yeah.
bored with the game. There is no fun element. So this fun element is having maximum impact, because after the work and everything, like after the school, after the studies and all, people want to play game to have fun,
Yeah.
not to have toxicity or something, right?
Absolutely.
So
No, I think that toxicity that's there in the community that needs to go, and I don't think so. It's something that is even debatable, at least not for this podcast, because it's just a different conversation altogether. But sorry, Joy, that I'm cutting you short because I'm super excited to talk to you guys about FanBall Meet. Now, you guys were there in Mumbai. You both attended at the same time together. We have had a lot of fun together, conversations, having meals together, having drinks together. We've honestly had a great time. But what's your first impression about FanBall? And we'd like to sort of keep it brief. So I'll start with you, Harsh, because you flew in from a different country to FanBall. I should be the one who should be super grateful for you to do that. The reason, of course, for that is Joy. Joy is the one who made this happen. So of course, I'm even more grateful to him for always supporting FanBall, being a part of FanBall. Out of the 3 editions we've done, Joy has been there in Bombay. And Harsh, what was your first impression about FanBall?
My first impression, honestly, absolutely fantastic. Too good, and I think something different in terms of events happening in general.
Yeah.
The interactions, the meetup, the networking, everything, the ambience for a football, not only a creator and a sport football fan in terms of sports, it is not missable. You cannot miss this event. I mean, I remember, literally sitting down there watching Rivalry Room, and too good, too fun. I mean, the banter. I remember there was a small kid over there,
Yeah.
absolutely roasting the panel over there. But yes, that is my first. And especially you mentioned me traveling from a different country. I
Yeah.
think that's a very different story. But in let's keep it short. So I had bought the tickets as soon as they had been published on the website, and then I was thinking, should I go or not? Like, is it feasible, or is it like, does the dates and time matching?
Yeah.
I had called a creator from ZTM, Anish Wolfrix,
Mm.
and Joy by on the same day. The previous day, I'm like, guys, I have tickets. I'm coming. So on that call, I booked my tickets, airfare tickets. I hopped on the flight, got down, attended the event, had an absolute blast. I think that is the most fun element in 2025 I had. I would say like too adventurous in terms of everything and meeting people. I think the best part is you seeing people on over the internet on social media.
Yeah.
Maybe who knows, just by a luck, just by a percentage of luck, you may be able to meet them in person. I remember me watching Lokmanu back in the days 17, 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
18, 19, 20, when he used to play esports and everything. Joy by when he used to do, started watching him for ZTM
Yeah.
22, 23. I mean, just knowing them by face, by names, that's it. I watched them only on YouTube, Instagram, their Discords, everything. And meeting them in like in person, is just a different feeling. I mean, it was just my inner child going up and down. But yeah, I think that is what I would like to say about FanBall. A fantastic experience, and keep doing it. Definitely be there and definitely supporting it for
Thank you
life.
so much, Harsh. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. That really means a lot. And I think, Joy, before you start, like, I want you to tell us about, because you are a founder of a huge Discord, you have built a community online with the great work that you do. But, like, from a community builder point of view, right? How important are these offline events according to you?
So first of all, as you talked about offline events, so I have been part of at least 30 plus offline tournament where you go, you be a part of the tournament, you play the tournament, either win or loss, and maybe be able to meet some of the players, other players, pro players, and other community members, and then come back. That's it. But this fanball event is totally different. There is no like comparison between this normal tournament and this fanball event. There are huge extra elements over here. Once you join, only then you can experience this. I am telling you, first of all, there is not only tournament, there are going to be opportunities to meet the top football creators who you have been passionate about, we have been watching over on social media, to meet them, to have discussions with them, not only with the content creators, not only with the top pro players, you have whole community members over there to meet and greet.
Yeah.
So you have opportunities to have food and drinks, you have opportunities to have debates, you have opportunities to have merchandise, visit merchandise stalls and buy something. You have the opportunity to watch matches. Like Premier League matches are coming up. It's a whole different kind of experience. So as Harsh stated, that has been the highlight of 2025, not only for Harsh, for me as well. That kind of
Thank
vibe,
you.
I told you earlier as well. Those
Yeah.
vibes are still in my mind. Those days have been like one of the most memorable day in 2025 for me.
Thank you
So
so much,
guys,
Joy.
do not
Thank you so
miss.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, do not miss to join this. I can guarantee that this is going to be a totally different experience than appearing into any other FC tournament.
No,
Can
thank
I
you so
add?
much. I really, really, yeah, for sure. Yes. Yes,
Can
Harsh.
I, sorry to cut in between? I just want to add a quick thing. I think if ZTM didn't come into my life, or I didn't do this thing, I wouldn't have been sitting here and talking to people right now, especially Lofu and you and Joyda, and like other creators that I met at Fanball and other people that I met at Fanball. So I think in terms of a normal person and football fan, do visit it if it's in a city.
Thank you so much. I think we've honestly done a good job to develop that football culture, that gaming culture, because of which you both sitting on two different pedestals in life. Where Harsh is an upcoming creator making some great content, so do check him out at the rate Harsh Gaming on YouTube. We're of course going to be putting in on the title. And Joy, of course, being a pillar of the community, building a Discord, goes by the name of ZTMFUT. We've worked together for such a long time, and I'm so glad that we're putting all of this. I think the entire point of this podcast, and I think this is something I would like to highlight, which we'll be posting on different socials as well, that there are three elements to a community. One is a community builder through all the hard work that he's put in terms of building the community, which is Joy, bringing on a creator like Harsh, and me, myself, and Akshata building a platform for all of that to come together. I think probably that might just grow into something big, and it would only happen if this community stays with us, and because we love this community, be it football or gaming. And I think it's been fantastic to sort of have such a good bunch of people wanting and supporting it. But because we're so short on time now, we've already exceeded the timeline, and this is what happens when all of us sit together, because this is what happened at Fanball also. We started talking, we started yapping, is what I would use the word, and we did not stop for, I think, good 2-3 hours. We kept talking about literally everything in life, which of course is going to be a completely different podcast, where we're going to have some fun, have a chill conversation, do whatever, and speak about whatever we want to, and engage with the community directly. So I think that's something that I will save with the both of you later. But I do want one thing that I would like to do before we wrap up this podcast, is there's going to be a rapid fire round, okay? And it is going to be it's going to be fun, guys. Okay, now I've never sat with the both of you, I never had this conversation with you, so I'm going to start with the first question will be for Joy first, and then Harsh, and then I'll keep switching the whoever answers first. So I'll start with you, Joy. Favorite FIFA or EFC of all time? You are so young that you have played almost every FIFA, so you need to tell us that first. Which has been your favorite one?
CR7.
The
CR7.
favorite FIFA, like the game title, the favorite FIFA or
Okay.
EFC of all
Sorry.
time?
FIFA 15.
15. Okay. Yeah. One of the OG games for sure. Great songs from the game. Great memories. Harsh, what about you?
I would say 14.
Oh my god, nice. I love this. I honestly love this. Mine is FIFA 17 or 18. I always am confused between the two, but because I've loved, I think, the game from 13 till till like probably 18 is when it was literally the OG time of FIFA, and after 19 a lot of mixed emotions started to come, different views of people. So great. No, I'm glad we're on the same scale, guys. We're definitely putting this one out. One card you're emotionally attached to, Harsh, for you.
In game, Messi.
Yeah, Messi.
Team of the
All right.
season, Messi.
Team of the season, Messi. All right, fantastic. Goat, 100%. What about you, Joy?
I have already answered CR7.
CR7. Okay, all right, perfect. So CR7, my goat too. I've been a United fan all my life. Cristiano is like a god to me, and I really hope one day I'm able to, actually get to see him. I've actually saw him on the pitch live in Qatar when I went for the World Cup, but still, I mean, to meet him would just be incredible. I think this is a question that I'm gonna switch because trading is Joy's expertise and gameplay is Harsh's expertise. But Harsh,
Yes.
one thing about trading that, in one word, one thing about trading that you would sort of like, if you were to swap for one day and be Joydeep Banerjee for one day and Joydeep to be Harsh Shah one day, what would be the one thing you would love to do as a ZTM FUT founder? Basically, one word.
Okay, that's a difficult question. I mean, it's honestly, there's a lot of things I would like to do, but as me being Joy, and I think his intelligence to strategize the market in FUT and narrow down which card will go up and predict everything at a very precise and granular manner is what I would like to do and get it from him.
So basically, precision and the intelligence to be able to study the market. Fantastic. Joy,
Yes,
what
yes.
about you? What would you do if you were Harsh for a day? Let's just say you're a content creator. What's that one thing you would love to do, and in one word or one sentence?
Spreading knowledge about FC. Like for example, about the game,
Yeah.
about the gameplay, also about the market. That knowledge I would like to spread more as a content creator.
Fantastic. No, I think we should do this one day. We should swap roles. All of us should swap roles. I would love to be Joydeep Banerjee for one day. Harsh can be me for one day, and Joy can be Harsh one day. I think we should try something like that. I think it'll be fun and actually enact that in person. Maybe, who knows? Maybe people, we were talking about the content pieces in India to make it more engaging. Maybe this is a great way. Quick question for the both of you. One creator everyone should follow. Harsh, quickly.
Me, in terms of EFC, honestly, I would say run the foot market, Nick.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
he's amazing. Yeah, for sure. He's a
yeah.
top
I
creator,
mean,
right?
in completely, not only in India, global,
Global.
too
Yeah.
good in terms of making the game exciting
Mm.
at this stage.
Right. What about you, Joy?
Nepenthes is my
Nepenthes.
goal.
Lovely.
I
Mine.
mean,
Would you like to take a guess for me?
Ozio,
Maybe a
Ozio.
guess. Not at all.
No.
What about you, Harsh?
Uh,
me, who else?
No, you're always gonna be my favorite creator, but
This,
mine
no,
mine is
good,
Boris
good.
Boris Legend.
Oh,
Boris
Boras.
Boras
Boris
Yeah,
legend.
Legend.
yeah.
100%. Like, he's my
Yeah.
goat, and I think everyone should follow Boris. So he's like,
He's
if I start talking about it, yeah, I'll
we're
probably will
gonna
be
have a
sitting here all night.
different gonna have a different conversation. I mean, Boras
100%.
legend is an absolute legend for the game, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
he is. He is indeed. All right, guys. So it's been fantastic to have you guys here. I wish we had more time to sort of talk about it more, but we've already exceeded the time limit, so we'll have to sort of cap it at that. Maybe another episode that comes out with us doing something different, something fun, and of course, like for us to sit as people in the community who are sitting at different pedestals and sort of doing everything we can to build this community. I think it's not easy. A lot of people question, a lot of people, until you are in the spotlight, people really don't care. They don't see your struggles until one day you become big and people start to wonder, okay, how did this happen? We also want to be a part of it. So I think you guys are definitely great examples of that. And it's honestly, this was not just a conversation, it was more like a reflection of how far this community has come. And to basically everyone watching, this is honestly just the beginning. ZTM doing so much in terms of coaching, in terms of trading, in terms of a lot of different community building things that he's doing with giveaways. Harsh, of course, an upcoming creator, having a lot of fun. I mean, if you check out his reels, it's fun. Great pack openings, great in-game content. It's so much fun to watch and see you both grow. And of course, for us as Fanball Meet to sort of bring together the creators and the community and building something special going forward. Guys, thank you so much. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, to have you guys here, it was really special. Thank you for taking out the time. And hopefully, people who are watching this can drop a like and subscribe to all our channels, not just Fanball Meet, but ZTM, FUT, and Harsh Gaming as well. Guys, pleasure.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
having
so
me,
much.
Lokmani, for having.
Yes,
That's it.
thank you so much, Lukmanu and Akshata. So you are building a fantastic community with the fanball event. It a kind of concept nobody has thought about earlier, I think. And this kind of thought process, this kind of initiative will go far. I'm 100% sure, and we are ready to support as much as possible from our end for the success of this. You will go global, 100%. I'm telling you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Likewise, the both of
I would
you.
like
Really grateful. Yeah, for sure.
I would like to add what Joybai said a little bit, but yes, what he mentioned about global, absolutely going global. I mean, without a doubt, because this concept and this type of engagement in the community have not seen it like this before. So I think it's very unique and fun. It as we mentioned back in the conversations a few minutes back, the fun element in the game was missing. This is the fun element that was
Yeah.
rightly missing. So yes,
Such a pleasure to hear that from you both. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much. And guys, make sure that if you are an EFC enthusiast, make sure you guys do check out ZTMFUT. And of course, Harsh, who's going to be making some incredible content under the umbrella of ZTM. And of course, all of that culminating into FanBall. Guys, thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure. Until next time.
Thank you so much, guys.
thank you so much.